Hi Saggitarius. Welcome to your reading for the month of October 2018. This channel is called The Witching Hour. My name is Michelle and I'm a witch. Thank you all for returning, current subscribers, and welcome to all the newcomers. I just want to say thank you for all your likes, shares, and subscribes, but especially your donations and comments. The donations keep this channel going, but the comments keep me going, and they keep me in good spirits, and I am so grateful for your appreciation. That you take the time to reach out and say something kind and loving is more meaningful to me than I can express to you. I truly appreciate it, and I send that love right back to you. The cards I'm using today are Sacred Circle Tarot by Anna Franklin, illustrated by Paul Mason. And I'm also using Witch's Wisdom Oracle cards by Barbara Michael John Free and Flavia K. Peters. Those are illustrated by Richard Crooks. I want a little more smoke for this. If you would like to contact me for a personal reading, the links for that are in the drop-down box below. You can also donate to my channel there too. The PayPal link is in the drop-down box below. I pray, Sagittarius, that you and all of us will be blessed with love surrounding you, that you will have everything you need, and that you will enact your heart's desire in this world. I invoke the elements of earth, air, fire, and water, and call in the guardians of the north, east, south, and west. And read this blessing written by Travis Bowman. Here and now I evoke the elemental force of fire, the flames of creativity and passion, dancing source of heat, light, and life. I seek the glowing forge within, that I might warm myself with desire, excitement, courage, and inspiration. I call you forth to burn away all that impedes my highest vision and to enact change in the world. This card was sticking out. 8 of Wands. Lightning and hearth, heart and forge. Fire, I call thee hence. Love, security, and freedom. Trust is the word that just came into my mind just now. Trust. Trust is very important. The underlying energy in love is the High Priestess. Trust your instincts. Trust what you know in your gut, in your heart, in your soul. The underlying energy of security is the King of Swords, the element of air. What you think you know can be built upon by your intuition, what your heart knows. What you think you know. The underlying area in freedom and personal empowerment is opposition, the Two of Swords. The High Priestess indicates a necessity for you to trust yourself at this time, Sagittarius. Someone who keeps secrets is, yes, mysterious. But there's a knowing in your heart as well. You can know if someone who keeps secrets is keeping them to protect themselves or to harm others. You have to trust your own abilities, your own inner knowing, regardless of whether people are forthcoming with the truth or not. You have to know that you can create your own sense of security and that that will not cause conflict. You know what makes you feel secure. And if someone keeping secrets from you habitually makes you feel insecure, then you know that you can let that go. And anyone trying to argue with you about it, to get you to argue with yourself, to question your own judgment, this is where you feel betwixt and between. Or you have in the past, and now it's coming to a conclusion. Yes. And it does take courage. It takes courage to seek something new. In the past, it was hard for you. It was hard for you. It took a lot of courage to love because you didn't have trust. You didn't have a foundation of trust that was created earlier in life. That's not your fault. Here are issues of abandonment in the past, thankfully. But you know that that's what it is. And it doesn't have to be actual abandonment. It has to be any action that feels like you've been abandoned. That's what I just heard. And you know. You don't have to make sense of it all. You know at a gut level, and you trust what you know. And you allow that knowing to give you security and freedom. You don't have to combat this with another person. You don't even have to fight yourself on it. It's just knowing what you know and going with that, going with the flow of life. You are imparting your skills, the 8 of Discs, in your personal empowerment. This comes on, in this particular deck, it implies skills being applied later on in life. So it's like better late than never. It's like when you learn about love, when you learn the lessons, when you feel secure, when you feel empowered, it doesn't matter that it's later on in life. It doesn't. It just doesn't, Sagittarius. It just doesn't. You can learn these things at any time and feel that you have your whole life to live over again. And that's exactly what's going on. Because we have the Death card. The Death card. You can live your life all over again from scratch, from the start, from your start. This is your new beginning. That's what's taken so much courage, and that is what's happening now. That is what's happening now. New marriage, meeting a new person here. Self-sufficiency. A rebirth in your understanding of what you're capable of fully that doesn't have anything to do with dollars and cents. Your strength, your creativity, your love, your sexuality, your sensuality, your flow, your attractiveness, your adaptability, your capability of changing. That's crazy right there, because not a lot of people change over the years, and you can. And that's like a huge miraculous gift to have. And it's intrinsically within you. You are a changer. You can change, and you can change the environment that you're in just by being there, is what I'm hearing. Just by being there. Because you know what it feels like to have been abandoned. So you know how important it is to just be there. You know what this feels like. You know the sense of security that you give, that your very presence gives to other people, especially your children, your family. For those of you, whoever that applies to, the people you love, the people who need you there. And they just need you to be there. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. That's maybe what's stuck in your mind, is that you don't have to do anything. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to sense everything. You have to give yourself allowance to know, to not know things, because we're not told everything. We don't have full-blown, high-octane psychic capacities. We don't. None of us do. None of us readers do either. You will make sense of this, and you will be at peace with yourself, and you're going to find someone who is the right match for you. That's coming in. Someone to help you. I'm feeling someone coming in to help you understand all of this. And you won't be learning so much anything you didn't already know. And that's why you come to understand it so easily, because you're like, oh, you mean I was doing it okay all along? And people are like, it just makes your soul like glow, and you feel not so afraid anymore. You don't hide the truth anymore about yourself. You don't try and cover yourself up anymore, because you're like, oh, you can see my dark side and my light side, and you're not going to leave me. You're going to stay. This is someone who can show you the way. This is someone, it's an outside force, and I don't know if it's, I feel like it's, for some of you, it's the embodiment of a person. For some, it's the embodiment of an energy. It's like it's taking all different forms, because the point is, for you, the possibility of change and growth comes through this transformational understanding about yourself, the acceptance of yourself, everything that you felt rejected about, that was a reflection on yourself, all the parts of you that you felt were being rejected before, you're coming to accept them and understand them and accept them all unconditionally, because they're all part of you. And you feel like you integrate yourself. You're doing this yourself, is what I'm picking up on. You are integrating yourself. You're integrating yourself. You're the one who is doing this miraculous work. The miraculous transformational work of change, which people just typically don't do. You're doing this, Sagittarius. This is like really impressive, really admirable. That's the word I'm looking for. This is really admirable work. This is soul work. This is what people don't commonly do in life. To actually get it done, to create this kind of a real transformational change within yourself, you are in fact doing this. And you're being complemented with this other energy. This complementary energy is what Spirit is saying. You're being brought as a gift. This new incoming complementary energy to help support you, just by reestablishing or reinforcing your confidence in the fact that you already knew all of this all along about yourself and about life, that you were doing way better than you thought you were. And just to have this confirmation and validation is what really helps. But some of you are getting this in the form of a relationship. Nostalgia, the Six of Cups. You are the one abandoning the past now. You're leaving the past behind. You have no delusions or illusions about what the past really was to you. You know what made you. The past did not make you. You made you. And the divine made you. You're a reflection of the divine. And I'm being told to say this, and you're going to think it sounds crazy, but that's okay. You're a reflection of the divine. Here's the crazy part. Crazy part. The divine is a reflection of you. Everything you love about the divine is something beautiful about your soul that you see outside of yourself. but you don't recognize it as yourself, but it is you, is what they're saying. You are everything you love. Everything you love is a outward reflection of the beauty of your soul. You're coming to realize this. You're coming to realize just how beautiful you actually are, inside and out. The changes that you've created, the sweet, fragrant memory that you've given to people just by being there for them, being there. You're being given love as a reward for this, an acknowledgement of love coming from all the directions, is what I'm being told by Spirit, from all the directions that I mentioned in the blessing. You're getting it from all around you. All around you, people coming, energies coming, situations coming, circumstances coming. Your past does not make you. You made you. You did it all. You created your life, and you did it. You did all the good stuff. And we don't erase the bad stuff. It's like you accept it, and then your acceptance makes your faults, flaws, dark sides, all your acceptance of them is what makes them beautiful. Because now they're seen through the eyes of love. This is so very important. I'm feeling empathically like I want to cry. This message is so liberating. See yourself through the eyes of love, and all the things that you thought were ugly that you hid in the dark become beautiful, and you want to allow them the freedom to come up to the light. They have a right, because they're part of you, and you have a right to be seen and appreciated through the eyes of love. There was a song called Through the Eyes of Love back a long time ago. Looking Through the Eyes of Love. That's the name of the song. This will be long term. This is something you can rely upon. You are building a permanent sense of security for yourself that has nothing to do with dollars and cents. But guess what? Spirit is saying it's going to show up in dollars and cents as well. Because when you have all the elements collaborating with you and your soul right in the middle here, that has died and come back and been resurrected and made whole again and at peace with yourself, shit starts to get real. It's like you see the blessing in it tangibly, but you're going to have it emotionally, mentally. You might want to stop fighting in your head about it. Let it all give you peace of mind first. Allow yourself to have that peace of mind about it and accept it as the gift that it is, and allow it to break the generational curses that were put in place and the long-term effects that it has had on people. Know that you have the power to do this, and that it is happening, and that the universe is collaborating with you, and that it is something that will last long term, but it will always feel new. You'll always be reminded. You're going to always be reminded in the Three of Discs, dedication. Spirit is dedicated to you. You are dedicated to your life. If you have a hard time in believing in things and having faith, just remember to believe in love. Don't believe what you're told, especially if it's negative. Believe in love. Love always proves itself to be real. It always comes back time after time after time. And love is real. If love appears and disappears in your life, it is not real love. Love always stays. Love always stays. If love is real, it will stay. Don't try and force it to stay. If it's real, it will stay of its own accord, without you having to ask it to. And if you're somewhere and you need to walk away from love that is not fully developed, and therefore it can't take hold and root in this physical world, it's not real enough, it's not mature enough, then you can walk away from it and say, okay, well, maybe that was real love, but it wasn't ripe. It wasn't like ripe and ready to be picked. It was not mature enough for me. Don't say that you were the one who couldn't get it done. You were the one who could get it done. You could. But you have to work with mature fruit. And people have that. There are people who have that, who can give that to you. And you will find that support. You will find the freedom. You will find that your freedom and the freedom of another creates something new that you've never experienced before, a freedom that you've never experienced before. Freedom does not mean being an individual alone. Freedom is also experienced with another. And you get to see the reflection, and the freedom doubles. And yet you feel this bond. It takes courage to see that when it's happening. It's something you may never have experienced before, but you have the 8 of Cups and the 8 of Coins, the 8 of Discs. Strength. You've had the strength, and it's gotten you to where it's fulfilling now. You are at peace with yourself. You have transformed. You have done the work. You are dedicating this energy to the rest of your life because you want to see it happen. You want to see it manifest. You want to see things that you've never seen before. You don't want to see the same old status quo. It's like because you've never experienced it. So it would be new experiencing it with someone else. It creates this new element to your life that you've never expected to see, never could really have envisioned before. You really couldn't have because, you didn't have a frame of reference for it. But here it comes. Here it comes. Wish it in, bring it in, and say, that's what you want. That mirrored reflection of the self-peace that you have now. Someone else who's at peace with you as well. And you're at peace with them, and they're at peace with themselves. Grounding. Yeah, it's getting real. It's taking root. It is taking root. And underneath we have balance. The underlying energy of this message from Spirit, this is like the Spirit message for this whole reading, the main one, is grounding, and the underlying energy of it is balance. You're going to have real equilibrium that you've never had before. You've never had it before, no frame of reference for it. You've walked away from what was unhealthy, and now you've been given the chance to grow, and you have been, but you're still seeing what's old too, which is fine. And now you're seeing what could the possibilities be, and you're going to see that, the fruit of that, in a real tangible way. Your power is going to take shape. Your power is going to take shape. You're going to see it manifest. You're going to see how strong you can be. You're going to see how strong love, the power of love is in creating something real and tangible in your life. You're going to see it. Not going to be a dream anymore. It's not going to be a dream anymore. Hope and imagination. It's going to be real. And it's not going to be what other people say it should be. It's going to be what you want and what your heart needs. And some of that you can't articulate right now, and that's fine. Yeah, you've had to cultivate this strength on your own. You've had to do it alone so much, but you're not going to have to do it alone anymore for a while. Yeah, and here's the 6 of Cups again. You get to kind of go back and rewrite your history is what I'm feeling. Now, how about love in the future? Ooh, what's that? I see a card sticking up. The Hierophant. The marriage. Some of you are going to be reconciling with someone from the past. Someone who completes your heart. Who loves you. But the test is, do they love you the way you love yourself? You know? Is that how you love yourself? With the Nine of Swords? With, oh, look at all the mistakes I've made. And is this person going to remind you of that all the time? Is this person a reminder of all the mistakes you made? Or are they going to love you like this? Look at this. What fell? The Two of Cups. And what you don't know yet. The end. How is this person going to love you? This new love. Helping you to develop your own sense of intuition. To remove a sense of regret. To tap into your own intuition. You know, what I'm feeling is, you know what real love feels like, and you'll be able to tell the difference. You have to be put to the test in that respect. You have to at least put your discernment to use and practice to see what it's like, and allow yourself the empowerment that it will bring you. Okay, last and final word on that love. Overall outcome for Sagittarius, October 2018. Ace of Pentacles and Two of Rods. Yep, Two of Rods is the intuition card. It's having the world in your hand and being given a new beginning. And following that road, that new path with intuition. Through your gut, following your gut. In fact, it's not choosing between two roads. It's creating a new path altogether for yourself that you follow with the one that loves you. And you know what love feels like. You have all the intuition. You have all the insight from spirit as well. And you also have the discernment of knowing what your mistakes were in the past. Not just the other person's mistakes, your own. Mistakenly trusting people who were not worthy of your trust. That's what it was. That's what it was. But Spirit's going to give you something real to rely upon. Earth and grounding. Connection with the element of earth is required to bring substance to your spell work or to the energy of your soul. Spend time outside barefooted and getting your hands dirty. Take up gardening. Hug or sit beneath a favorite tree. A project requires solid groundwork. This is where you felt insecure because of the abandonment, but you are now feeling secure. The transformation. The energy is going to be brought in to make you feel secure again. You're not going to let the past cloud your vision of the future. It's not going to happen. And you can trust it and count on it and take it to the bank. It will restore your equilibrium. It will. It's the end of the old way. It's the end of the old cycle. You're not going to be at odds with yourself anymore. You will have inner peace about it. The pentacle represents the earth element. The element forms the blood and bones of our physical bodies, and so from the earth we come and will one day return. When we connect with the element of earth, we manifest growth, physical matter, fertility, grounding and stability, security, shelter, and food are gifted from the earth, which is our foundation, our mother. You are becoming a mom to yourself. You are a good mother. If you needed to hear that, you are being cared for by your mother. You are also being given masculine energy to help you understand how beautiful you really are inside and out, to recreate the foundation that was laid bare before, that made you feel insecure. You're now going to feel secure again over all solid and firm earth. It will give you the grounding required to bring about the results you desire. The earth is fertile and stable and associated with the goddess of birth, life, death, and rebirth. So give yourself a chance to experience this, Sagittarius. Don't let mistrust or insecurity get in the way. Allow it to happen and trust the process. You're going through an important transformational time, but it's all good, and you're going to come out feeling secure. Your feet will land on the ground, and you're going to be great. It's going to be okay. And someone is coming in, and energy is coming in some way, shape, or form to make you feel like you are not alone. You're not alone. I hope that reading helped. If you would like to connect with me for a personal reading just for you, the link is in the drop-down box below. Until we meet again, Sagittarius, from my soul to yours, much, 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 much love and brightest blessings. Take care. Bye-bye.